Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a drink, it's time for some Path of Exile discussion. One question that I see asked quite a bit is how do you go about rolling increased mana reservation efficiency cluster jewels, aka or a stack of cluster jewels. Now, there are two prefixes that are in hot demand on these. The first one is called Introspection. This requires a level 68 or above jewel, and it is 10% increased effect of your auras on you. This is a notable, so this means that it will take up one of the passives, and it is extremely, extremely strong. The second mod that you may want as a prefix is Powerful, 35% increased effect of small nodes. This is actually really, really strong as well, and this one's a little bit of an oddball because it requires item level 84 on the jewel. You'll notice that this is item level 85, which means that both Introspection and Powerful are valid rolls on it. And generally speaking, you want to start with these jewels with an item level 84 plus one if at all possible. These cost about 3 exalts for the base at the moment. I paid 2.9 for this one. As for suffixes, broadly speaking, you want high tier suffixes, ones that require high minimum levels. It doesn't really matter that much which ones you get, because whilst there's a lot of them, there's demand for pretty much all of them. Now, a number of people try and roll these with Chaos Orbs, with Scour Elks, and with various other methods. I want to show you the way to do it with Harvest. However, before we do the main harvest step, we are going to try to get one of Powerful or Introspection as the only mod on a magic item. So in order to do that, we are going to hit this thing with a lot of Alteration Orbs. We're also going to have a look and see if we get any other really extraordinary mods. So we're just going to hold Alt and look for anything that is tier 1. And so we've got Mortifying Aspect, which is one of the notables. Generally speaking, whilst there are some notables that are useful, none of them are nearly as good. Not even close to as good as the two that we've talked about before, Powerful and Introspection. So Spiteful Presence isn't what we want, so we're just going to roll over it. Tier 3 mods, nice, but not what we wanted. Pure Aptitude, again, potentially good, but not what we're after. So I'm just going to find this, and then I'll jump forward in the video until we do find it. Okay, so at this point we have hit Powerful as the only mod. Now, I was willing to do a risky annul if we didn't hit this. This doesn't take all that many alterations in general. These are weighted at 300 for Powerful and 180 for Introspection. Once you got one of them, it's going to be time for a little bit of harvest. So we're going to go to my hideout where I have a hoarder crafting station, and we are going to use this craft, upgrade a magic item to a rare item, adding 3 random high tier modifiers. This is not guaranteed to get you something extraordinary, but it has a pretty good chance of doing it. One thing that you do have as an option before you do this, you can imprint. However, I don't recommend it because it's pretty easy to get a Powerful small cluster jewel with Powerful as the only mod. And let's see what we got. We got Destructive Aspect, which isn't necessarily all that great. And we got Cold Resistance and Regenerate Life. Unfortunately, whilst these are fairly high tier mods, they're not what we're after. And so at this point, we would be rolling over this and trying again. So this will be a failed attempt, and at this point you would need to then go and find yourself another copy of that Harvest Craft. However, it is something that is definitely worth your while doing, and it is the best possible use for that Harvest Craft that is upgrade a magic item to a rare item with 3 additional high tier mods. The other version of that craft you may want to look for is upgrade a magic item to a rare item with 2 high tier mods. That one comes in if you get Powerful or Introspection and you get a suffix with it that isn't something you don't want to annul off. Let's say that you got tier 2 chaos resistance with it. At that point, you might say, you know what, I'm not going to try and annul that off because I think that that's better than the average thing that would be added by a high tier mod. And so I'm just going to try and go for it as it is. Anyways, no success here, but you can see the strategy. May your Val Orbs and your Harvest Crafts have interesting results, and I will see you around.